All right, you guys. I really try my best to not talk about Elon Musk because I just think that there is enough talk about Elon Musk out here in the world. But today, I figure I'll chime in on the accusations that are coming out about him being anti Semitic for claiming that George Soros is essentially a Batman-esque villain, like a Gotham. He's kind of like gives off Gotham villain vibes. And a lot of people are saying that it was anti-Semitic for him to say that simply because George Soros is Jewish. And I think anybody with at least half a brain could understand that that's not the case, obviously. I'm not saying that Elon Musk isn't anti-Semitic. I think that most people who are truly anti-Semitic are probably very quiet about it because they know how the world reacts to anti-Semitism or even false anti-Semitism, which is most of it. So I don't think that he would even let us know whether or not he would. I don't care whether he is or he isn't. Just like I don't care whether he's secretly racist deep down in his heart or not. It really doesn't impact me too much. But I say all this to say that based off of his comments, no, it was not anti-Semitic. And a lot with him being accused, a lot of people have been bringing up information about I forget the name of the organization, but reports of anti-Semitism involving George Soros and the overstated nature of these claims. There was a report that was shared by Jesse Kelly on Twitter that was linked to an article talking about Elon, his recent comments. And it said that in instances of anti-Semitism, George Soros' name was mentioned like 20,000 times approximately, which was almost twice as much as the leading second underneath of him, which was literally Jesus. And then the third was Hitler. So I'm to believe that when it comes to anti-Semitic statements or material or posting, that George Soros is over Hitler and Jesus. Well, I think that would mean that those numbers are skewed. Meaning that what is considered anti-Semitism is skewed. A lot of things, I don't even care. Like, it's so hard to be sensitive to anti-Semitism when it's presented in this way. There's only one group that's better than black people at victimizing themselves, and that is Jews. I mean, this is time tried and tested, and I'll be honest with you, it doesn't bode very well for them. Seeing things like the Stop Jewish Hate, I know you guys have all seen that little stupid post on Twitter with the little blue rectangles to show that you stand in solidarity with Jewish people. Like, I don't even get that. But I can go into my own thoughts and beliefs about that faith and anti-Semitism all I want to. I'm trying to stick on Elon Musk and George Soros here. Elon Musk's criticisms of George Soros are righteous. I think that he has a good point in what he was making. It's a funny, he kind of meant it as a pseudo joke. It's funny to compare him to an Arkham City or a Gotham City bad guy. It definitely reads off that way. Do I think that George Soros is responsible for all of the things that are attributed to him? Probably not. Just knowing human nature and the way that conspiracy-minded people work, I would say that he'd be responsible for about a fraction of the things that he's actually accused of. But I also would think that he's responsible for a lot of things that he's not being accused of because people are so silly that they focus on very trivial things and oftentimes miss the actual bigger picture of what's really happening and how we're really being screwed. I have not delved too much into researching George Soros because that is literally one man. The Klaus Schwabs, the George Soroses, I am not trying to say that they aren't as powerful as people claim them to be, but I am going to say that it doesn't matter how powerful these individual people are until we understand the systems that afford them such power, which we are very, very much in the dark about. George Soros could rule the world. What proof do you have? Well, look at all his DAs and what's happening. Why is that being allowed to happen? Why are the Republican political officials, legislators, Department of Justice, why are they allowing this to happen? Well, it's because the tentacles of his corruption reach so far and deep. Find the source. As a matter of fact, how are you even getting this information about how corrupt George Soros is? If he's so corrupt that he's totally in control of all of this, how are you even getting the information? Is this information that he's actively leaking out because he wants to disinform you guys or throw you a little bone to lead you in the wrong direction? Is he covering his footsteps for actual things that he's doing by throwing out these little things that he's doing? We'll never know, because we are way too disconnected to ever work together in a concerted effort to find out this information. And the average person would rather sit back and rely on Elon, the other billionaire, the good billionaire, mind you, the good one, to find out this information for us. I saw Yanmi Park make a status about how brave Elon Musk is for coming out and saying what he was saying, and how he's what did she say? God's gift to Earth. And for a North Korean to say something like that, that's pretty typical. They usually believe that, just like Kim Jong-un, oh, they're saviors. Oh, it's my savior in human form. You're God's gift to Earth. People like me, I believe in saving yourself. So, when it comes to things involving evil billionaires and their plans to rule the world, I view George Soros and Elon Musk in the same bucket. Elon Musk is the banality of evil, as Tim Pool likes to call it. He is the nice, friendly, good cop. George Soros is the bad cop that puts forth world destruction and globalism in this way. Elon Musk does the same thing with a smile on his face. Elon Musk bans people like Alex Jones because of his personal thoughts and opinions and allows people back onto the platform however it so behooves him to do so. Elon Musk is just as much of a threat, if not more so, than George Soros is, because people, for some reason, trust him or feel more comfortable with him. And that is one thing about human nature that I'm thankful my tumultuous, sordid past and childhood and upbringing let me know. I knew that no matter how close people are to me, whether we are genetically made of the same DNA or not, that you can only trust people so far as they have proven themselves to be trustworthy. And you should not give them any more, because there's nothing to be rewarded from that. There is no incentive for trusting anybody on this planet further than you can rationalize. Not I got a good feeling in my gut about this guy. Okay, go ahead, take that chance if you want to. You're gambling. But it's always going to be more pragmatic to not trust somebody until they prove whatever it is to you. Do I think that you should walk around this earth paranoid or afraid? You already are, first off. So no. Do I walk around the earth paranoid and afraid, even though I'm thinking the way that I'm encouraging you to be? No. Do you hear me talk about how I feel about Elon Musk? No, I actually say that I actively try to avoid it because I know it's going in one ear and out the other, because you guys need a daddy. You need a dad. If it's not Trump, if it's not DeSantis, it's got to be Elon. You need a dad. I don't know. We live in a nation of bastards, and you act like bastards. Even the ones who have parents, you still have this bastard mentality about you that you need, and especially the men. You guys really make me sick. It's to be expected from women. It's to be expected from North Koreans like Yami Park, who need a god leader. Oh, the God King has risen from the clouds. Like, nobody's coming to save you. They're going to put their foot on your neck. And anybody who makes it seem like they're not doing that is soothsaying you while somebody else is doing that to you. Pay attention. Stop thinking that there is going to be an opportunity in the future for you to relax, mentally or physically. Once you're aware to everything that's going on, there is no going back to sleep. All that you can do is keep pushing and understand that you and your volition is what controls the trajectory of your life to the best that you can. That is the blessing. It's not a blessing when somebody comes to save you from all of the things that you were too weak. No, it's a blessing when you find the strength within yourself to do something to raise yourself up out of the position and oppression that you believe that you're in. The tyranny. That's why we support 2A, right? We don't support 2A so that somebody else can protect us. We support 2A because we know it's up to us at the end of the day. And I know, as usual, I'm going off on a tangent. But I think that all this is very relevant to this situation because as we pit one mischievous billionaire versus the other, I see them as two sides of the same coin. And I don't owe loyalty, friendship, pleasantry to either one of them, just like they don't owe it to me. If they do something that benefits my life, that's only by happenstance that it coincides with their goals and their life mission. Elon Musk does not wake up in the morning and think, what can I do to improve Jordan's quality of life? Or even Americans in totality. I don't believe in that. I think that he is a person who is obsessed with making conveniences and a businessman and loves technology and loves the things that he does. He's a man on a mission. So I don't even think that it is his responsibility or it's up to him to fulfill these duties that people assign to him. I don't think so at all. But I'm saying all this to say that he definitely wasn't anti-Semitic in his statements towards George Soros, and he definitely had truth to what he was saying. But I wouldn't be surprised if we find out years later that Elon Musk is as detrimental to society as we claim George Soros is. Okay? Let's pay attention and see.